The Northwest Metro dodged a weather bullet Thursday. While the incoming clouds looked intense, severe weather largely collapsed before shortly reaching our area. That was lucky for us. Reports of downed trees and power outages from the storm came in from communities to our southwest. A significant vote this week impacting the city of Plymouth's police force. The Plymouth City Council approved a policy for body cameras worn by the city's police officers. The cameras would be similar to what you see here, used by Crystal Police. According to the policy, Plymouth officers must activate their cameras during many situations, including when they are involved in a vehicle pursuit, an arrest, and the use of force. The goal of the cameras is to help capture evidence and maintain transparency. Plymouth Public Safety Director Mike Goldstein says there will be a learning curve with the cameras. The city's police force responds to roughly 55,000 events every year. The cameras are expected to be put into use sometime later this year. Developers of a proposed market rate apartment complex in Robbinsdale will have to wait a few more weeks before finding out whether the project can proceed. West Capital Development is seeking approval from the city to build a 4-story apartment building along Lower Twin Lake. The site is currently occupied by an office complex that would be demolished. At a recent public hearing, residents raised concerns about access to the site, as most apartment buildings are adjacent to busy streets, while Lilac Drive is relatively narrow. Residents were also worried about whether the building would cause more rainwater to go into the lake, which could exacerbate flooding concerns. Robbinsdale's Planning Commission tabled the proposal to give engineers and the Shingle Creek Watershed Commission more time to review plans for the site. The Planning Commission will revisit the issue on July 18th. Robbinsdale Area Schools has named an interim principal for Armstrong High School for the next school year. Staff members found out the news on Wednesday. Eric Norby attended and graduated from Robbinsdale Area Schools and has served in various roles within the district, including Cooper Assistant Principal and head football coach at Cooper. Norby is currently principal of Robbinsdale Academy, Highview. In a staff email, the district superintendent told staff the Armstrong principal search has been extended over the next academic year, which will allow the district to further expand the applicant pool and reach more candidates. You could almost call it a summer magic trick. A Boy Scout wants to turn bikes into food to help people who are hungry. It will be Sebastian Painter's Eagle Scout project. Sebastian Painter has learned more about how to fix bikes in the past few weeks than he ever imagined he would.
Lots of them are tire fixes, inner tubes that have been punctured.
Troubleshooting what can be fixed.
Some of them have gear problems. Some don't even have like brakes on them.
And some bikes that just can't.
Some of them are like beyond fixing. So we just salvage those for price for other bikes that could be used better.
This project started with 10 donated bikes before Sebastian started visiting churches and organizations asking for more bikes that he could store and repair.
He said, I got a list, and he had a whole computer list of all the bikes with their numbers and all of the parts that bike lacked.
Sebastian plans to donate 40 good as new bikes to Prism when he's finished.
We are not only grateful to have the donation, but what most excites us is to have young people in the community engaged and wanting to support the community.
The bikes will be sold out of Prism's thrift shop in Golden Valley. They will bring in extra cash that couldn't come at a better time. Over the last few years, the nonprofit has seen a 20% increase in the need for food during the summer months.
What we know from that campaign is the increase in individuals who utilize our services just because of the increased need of food over the summer.
But earning the rank of an Eagle Scout isn't just about doing a good deed or learning a new skill like bike repair. It's more about leadership, and Sebastian has rallied others to help with his cause.
Sebastian's had his hands full not only getting a group here, but training and putting somebody that could fix a bike with somebody that was not so versed in fixing bikes, and trying to coordinate that effort and make good bikes out of these.
We're going to try to get done with these bikes by today, and if we can't, next week we'll probably finish them up.
The bike sale is at Prism on July 13th from 9 until 3, and we'll have details at ccxmedia.org. And speaking of Eagle Scouts, here's one unique Eagle Scout story to share as well. 3 brothers, all of whom attend Park Center High School, recently attained the rank of Eagle Scout. The Moreno brothers, David, Daniel, and Simon, say it was a combination of common interest and sibling rivalry that led to the young men achieving the rank at the same time. So congratulations. Friday is a special day in Plymouth. The mayor declared it Glen Willie Day. Willie is the longest serving employee in the city's history, 47 years, and now he's retiring. Willie started as a part-time water and sewer worker right out of high school. He served in the utilities department ever since, filling key roles in maintaining the city's infrastructure. Wednesday's near-perfect weather made for a good crowd at the opening of the Plymouth Farmers Market.
We're really excited. Some new vendors here. We've got pizza cones, popsicles, new ice cream vendors. Our typical robust veggie vendors are here, and we're excited.
And just look at those onions. A couple dozen vendors selling everything from veggies to crowd-pleasing pierogies filled a parking lot as visitors took advantage of the sunshine to shop for dinner. Early season crops like kale and kohlrabi are plentiful, but you could also find decorative plants for your flower garden. The farmers market is open every Wednesday from 2:30 to 6:30 at Parker's Lake Park. And for more on this story and the other stories we tell here at CCX Media, visit our website, ccxmedia.org, and discover something new.
This weekend, some of the best baseball players from the class of 2019 are in Chaska for the PlayBall Minnesota All-Star Series. However, there was no playing ball Thursday at Chaska Athletic Park as all 6 of the teams were scheduled to practice, but morning rains washed that out. 6 local players and 1 coach are among those chosen for either the Metro West or Metro North teams. We talked to some of the local ball players about this weekend and being chosen for the series.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool because there's a lot of good players in the state, and just to be kind of in the company with all these great players, it means a lot.
Like, I knew guys that came here last year and the years before, but I never really sat down and was like, this is a goal, I want to be here playing this weekend, but it worked out and I'm excited to be here.
It is exciting, and I felt like it was a big deal to help promote heritage as well. Being in this tournament, because I know Seth was in it last year, and I just think it's good to have the smaller schools have a little bit of a say and stuff like this too, so it's nice. Yeah.
It's exciting to play with some of these bigger schools since I've been playing with the smaller schools, so it'd be a cool experience. I just want to have a really fun time and just get to know some other players and show what I can do.
There's a banquet tonight for the teams with 9 games taking place Friday and Saturday at the Chaska Athletic Park, with the first game scheduled for 12:30 p.m. Friday. All games will be tweeted live from the Coaches Association at MSHSBCA. Texas rigging for largemouth bass is the topic of this week's CCX Sports Fishing Tip. Here's Terry Tuma with more.
Texas rigging for largemouth bass is still very, very productive. In fact, it's still used on a tournament trail for a lot of these pros. But with Texas rigging, just a couple of pointers that I would like to mention. One is that you have to make sure that the worm hangs straight. If it's got a little bit of a bend in it, it's not going to catch very many fish, if any fish at all. Then 2, what I personally do is I'll take that point of that hook and run it all the way through the plastic and back it off so it becomes weedless. And then a big ingredient I really feel in helping us catch more fish is the size of the worm weight. And I generally opt for the smaller size, the lighter weight one versus a heavier one. If you got finicky fish, yes, use a smaller one. It's going to make a big, big factor. You want to create the subtle action of that bait that you're using. And the heavier bait, sure, along a deep weed line, maybe for more aggressive fish. And then 2 is this, the size and the color of your worms that you're going to use. 4-inch, 6-inch are sort of common, but do consider 8-inch and 10-inch worms of different colors. Color is a big factor. We're going to talk more about color and some of the other tips, why it's so important for us. But if you work with the different styles of baits, of the Texas rigs worms and so forth, that you can see that I have a number of different colors. different diameters, size-wise. It's a big factor. Work with it, experiment with it. You are going to catch largemouth bass today.
Thanks, Terry. That's all for sports. Shannon, back to you.
All right, thanks, John. An impressive balancing act excited the crowd this week on Parker's Lake in Plymouth. The Shockwaves put on a water ski show. Plymouth has 2 free water ski shows scheduled this summer at Parker's Lake Park. The shows feature music, colorful costumes, and of course the choreographed moves that the performers are known for. Some young skiers said it didn't take long to learn how to do the pyramid.
It didn't take me that long. 2 or 3 practices. Yes. Yeah. And they're like, okay, you're going on water. And you just go on water and do it. Climb. Pretty much.
Climb up, people.
Just climb up. Yep.
No big deal at all. There's another ski show scheduled for July 16th, and there's more entertainment planned in Plymouth parks this summer. Find out more on our website, ccxmedia.org.